Hey guys. Oh, sorry it's been a while. So tired. I got really busy, more busy than I thought, before the wedding. So I haven't been able to update till now. So the wedding was a hit. It was awesome. So I'm officially married. Look at that. Yeah, right? What was that face? I don't know. I'm excited. I'm happy. So, yeah. Well, my first thing is I was really worried about not fitting into my dress because I had gained the weight, and I had mentioned that, and I was so stressed out that last week of the wedding that because I had gained I got from 140 all the way up to 147. And in that week, I probably lost about 10 pounds. So, yeah, I fitted my dress. In fact, the dress was pretty much falling off of me. I lost maybe a little too much weight. I wanted to get down to 130. I'm so glad I didn't. I can get down to 130 now if I want, which I do, but, yeah. So I fit into the dress. It was beautiful. I'm going to put pictures together and all this other stuff. It's really awesome. And, yeah, and I'll post that. Maybe I'll do that here in a little while. And so anyway, we had so many people staying with us. I had my brother and sister-in-law and little nephew come out from Washington the Tuesday before. So they were here for about about 5 or 6 days. And so then my sister and her friend had come and stay. They came out the Friday, a week before the rehearsal. So they were here. And so that would have been, by Tuesday, that was 5 people. And then the next day, or Thursday, my cousin came out with her one daughter, and had my little bachelorette party type thing with my cousin and my sister-in-law. Basically, we just went to a really nice restaurant, a beautiful Italian restaurant. I love it. It's awesome. And we went and saw Bridesmaids, which, it was funny. It just wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. In fact, I thought the funniest part was the end during the credits. So if any of you guys have seen it, I just think that's hilarious. You know, the whole meats and cheeses, and it was really funny. So anyway, did that, and then we had our dinner rehearsal catered. Really cool Mexican restaurant. I mean, it's more like Tex-Mex, I think, but it's still pretty good. A lot of people here had some little problems the day before, like the people who were dropping off the chairs for the yard. They were, I was out. What was I doing? Oh, okay, the first fiasco. All right. It seemed like everything that could go wrong was going wrong, which normally does with weddings. And so my dad and my stepmom come out. My dad officiated the wedding. He's a pastor. So he came out, not even a week, maybe about 5 days before the wedding. Yeah, it was about 5 days before the wedding, to go over the sermon and what was going to happen, because we weren't only going to do vows to each other, we were going to do them to the kids as well. Like, he was going to take Annabelle and love her as his own flesh and blood and commit to her, and me with his boys. So we were going over all that stuff, and then there was a part in there, and guys, I've made lists, and I've checked things off, and I was so good about it. I'm like, all right, we need to do this, we need to do this, we got this. And there was a part in there that said that it's more than a certificate of marriage. The bond between woman and man or something. Anyway, a light clicked on. I'm like, oh my God. We both looked up at each other and we're like, this is not happening. Did we seriously forget to get our marriage license? We forgot to get our marriage license. Yeah. Less than a week away from the wedding, and we don't have a marriage license. Like, crap. And so my dad is like, you can't be serious. I'm like, well, and so, yeah, that was that. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so we had ended up, we looked online, and we filed, you can file online ahead of time, and then you just have to go down there. So you fill out all the paperwork, so it's already in the computer, so it doesn't take as long when you go down to the courthouse. So we did that online because the courthouse was already closed. So Friday, the night of the rehearsal, I was cleaning and doing everything like I was in cleaning mode. Even though the house, by that point, it was just pointless, had so many people staying here. And so we went to go get our marriage license the day before we got married. And luckily, we didn't have to hold on to it for like 3 days or anything like that. While we were doing that, the chairs and these 2 tables were supposed to be delivered. And I get a phone call from one of my bridesmaids who showed up for the rehearsal. And she's like, Candace, the people are here delivering the chairs, and they're saying that they are not supposed to set them up because it's an extra fee. And now when we went to this place, they're like, there's a delivery charge and we'll set them up and so on and so forth. I'm like, all right, you're sure they're going to set up the chairs? And they're going to set up the chairs. I asked 4 times. And she's like, yes, they're going to set up the chairs. They'll set up the chairs. And then the week before the wedding, I had called to make the final payment and everything. I had asked, so they're setting them up. She said, yes. So like 5 times I asked. And I was like, no. They're setting up the chairs because I was told that they were going to set up the chairs. That's 200 chairs almost, I'm like, they're setting up the chairs. And so I can hear her talking to them. He's like, well, it's going to be extra. I'm like, no, we're not paying extra. I'm like, you know what? Don't yell at the waiter, yell at the cook type thing. If something's messed up, if your food's messed up, then it's obviously probably not the waiter's fault. So I called the place. I'm like, listen, I was told the chairs were going to be set up. This is ridiculous. Everything is going wrong. I was getting a little hysterical. I'm like, we were told that they were going to be set up. I was told 5 times. So anyway, the guy said, tell them Jim said you can set them up. It's okay, blah, 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 blah. So the guys ended up setting them up, and we didn't get charged the extra fee. Because that should have been said in the first place. Because we were charged with the delivery fee. So, which is weird. Anyway, so the guys were like, we're not trying to be, dicks. That's what they said. We're not trying to be dicks, Like, oh, it's totally not your fault, And I wasn't mad at them. I was mad at, the lady who took down the paperwork. She's the one who messed up. And so, anyway, those were a couple of things. And then, the rehearsal got off to a start, and it went pretty good. Oh my goodness, I was so tired. And by the time, and Chris had starting a migraine, and he gets bad migraines probably about once a month. He'll get a very bad migraine where he can't even see straight. So yeah, he got one of those, and he had to go to bed early, so he didn't get to eat any of the dinner. He went to bed right after the rehearsal. And so we got everything out. Oh, and then I was worried about one of my bridesmaids, because she's like, yeah, I'll be there. I'm leaving a couple hours before the rehearsal, and then that means she should have been on time because she's about an hour and a half away. And she didn't show up. And I'm like, she better be dead in a ditch. She better be in jail. There better be something wrong. And then it started dawning on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, she would have called if she wasn't going to show up. Is she in a ditch? And then I really started getting into a panic attack. I was seriously going to a major panic attack. And finally, she got a hold of me. I was happy by then. I'm like, at least she's okay. She ended up coming out. So we all ended up getting our hair done the day of the wedding. And everything pretty much went, and it said that was supposed to rain. Like that whole week it kept saying it was going to rain on Saturday. I'm like, well, crap, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't want it to rain. I don't want to get married at the Marriott. I want to get married in the backyard. And I'm like, you know what? If it's not over a 50% chance of rain, we're getting married. So by the time it came, the day before it said 50% chance. I'm like, we're still getting married. I don't care if it sprinkles. We're getting married outside. And so then the day of, it went down to a 40% chance. And it was so hot, guys. We were sweating our butts off. It was so hot getting married. And yeah. So we waited till about an hour after we got married, it started raining. So we got our pictures and everything done. The reception was a blast. Everybody loved it. I might have to post pictures. I'll get everything together. But that is that for the wedding. We're married. I'm officially Mrs. Pels, and there's so much more to update you on. I'm going to make a honeymoon video, so that way you guys can, it's pretty awesome. It was an awesome honeymoon. We went to Disney World. So I will do that. And but for now, that's the update. I'm married, and I'm very, very, very happy. So I will talk to you guys very soon. I'm going to make a few videos, and I'll post them. I'll talk to y'all later.